But what you are telling me is that they sacrificed others to save themselves. And she turns and just starts walking away.
Wait.
What is there to wait for?
I don't think that killing her is the best option.
You know that it is evil.
I know that what she did in the past was evil, and trust me, when I first found out, it took all the strength that I have not act against her while you all were still in the dream state and I was outside, but I don't know why, but I can't. With Dad, it's a little different. I mean, he was always a dick, and honestly, how everything played out with them is not very surprising.
Adrian, how long were you gone?
Question, how long was it? It was
12 years.
12 years. Give or take some.
How long did you think you were gone?
Couple weeks. I mean, like, gone from home, I was gone for 12 years, and then I was gone for like another, and of something like that. It all was kind of confusing.
You weren't here for what you thought was 3 weeks. I lived for 12 years without my family, thinking they had sacrificed themselves to save me, and they did, and I loved them for it. But I swore that I would destroy the source of their death. 12 years I have been alone. 12 years I've been fighting. 12 years I have killed and destroyed and waited patiently for this chance.
But I don't think that she is one that can answer for those crimes. To a degree, she has, kind of. She's not entirely alive right now, and he betrayed her as much as he did the rest of our people. She just...
But she helped. And she killed those, thinking that it would save herself. That's not sacrifice. That's cowardice. So many people dead for cowardice.
I agree. However, she's not the same as she was before. I can only hope to say that she's seen the error in her ways and that she's trying to make up for it, and that us killing her right now would prove to be an error in our ways, and it could mess everything up. I'm trying to find a reason and a way to save her, and it's hard, but I know that there is a reason.
Move, Atron.
You know, you had asked me before what I plan on doing after all of this is over, and I had meant to ask you the same thing, but it never really came around to that. But I'm afraid that if you do this now, there is no after. Without her, I don't think we can save the rest of our people.
Move, Atrim. She will answer.
I don't think I can.
I really want a lot
And
of
kind of like standing between Astrid and the doorway is gonna like take the bow off his back and just toss it to the side.
things. Oh, Dad, here's a new Pokemon. Bio. Pikachu.
Astrid, I know you are angry, but I have to ask you, not for V's sake, not for the Fallen's sake, but for my sake, please don't do this.
Astrid closes her eyes, and then I assume that draconic screech when Nazra held up her lantern to fight back against the dragon ghosts happened, and her eyes snap open and she just tries to push him out of the way.
Well, you guys know how to resolve that. Athletics and/or acrobatics, please.
I'll let it happen.
Fair enough.
And she makes her way for the door.
And that brings us to exactly where we left off last week, as the rest of you look up to see Astrid standing in the doorway.
And she's like staring at everybody. What have you done?
V remains kneeling on the floor.
I've banished the ghosts that haunt V, for now at least.
You banished my ancestors.
Dragons, those were
They were my family.
They were not vestiges of Miriam?
They were the ones who gifted the sons of Odin their peace. long dead, for they cannot live in a world of shadow. And her eyes fixate on V, and she walks directly up to her. Why?
Save my people was what I thought I was doing.
You would sacrifice others to save your own.
I would sacrifice anything if it meant peace and protection. However, I was lied to and wrong,
No.
and I have paid for that, Astrid. I died. I was already killed.
You think that death absolves you?
That person is no longer alive. Atrim's sister is dead. I'm just what remains.
But you just said it yourself. You said you would sacrifice anything to save your own. Would you sacrifice
Wouldn't you?
me? Would you sacrifice? No!
If
Never.
your child, you are not. You've never had children. You would die for them. You would burn every bridge you had to keep them safe, to keep them alive. You would forsake every word you would have so that they would have a future. Did they not do that for you?
He leans in close. I would not take another child for my own. They were others' children. And you
Those were
took
not of my actions.
You took that from them. And you would do it again. Am I wrong?
V slowly works on standing up again. And what would you have done to save your family?
I don't
To
know.
save your people? To protect those you love? To have the strength? What were you willing to sacrifice so that others could live?
My life. Because that's all I have left.
That doesn't make an excuse. You lost everything. That's different than sacrifice. I had to choose. I chose the darker path to save those I love. You had them taken.
You were a part of them being taken from me.
And I have wronged you, yes. And there's nothing I can do to save that. I can only bring peace again. I can't correct my past. No more than you can fight those that you were too weak to protect.
Do not compare me to you. You are a monster. You're willing to kill others to save yourself and assuage your guilt. Fine.
I did not care for me. I cared for those I saved.
Fine.
Do not cloud your judgment of what my morality would do. I would sacrifice anything to save my people. I would burn a world so that my people. I don't care about your justification, Astrid. You can either burn with it or live. I wanted to have peace and to have my people live. And I failed. They hanged. I died. I lost everything, even who I was. Call me what you will. I may be a monster, but I still love them.
You only live right now because Atrim wants it. When this is done, I want nothing more to do with you.
You wish it? And I look to the rest of the party. That's what you all wish.
No. Just because someone has done something bad in the past does not mean they are damned forever. That may have been who V was then.
I lived in the forest alone for 12 years. 12 years was stripped from me. What justice do I get? Nothing.
The head of Fandor.
I get nothing.
Are you seeking justice or vengeance? There is a fine line between justice and vengeance. Do you seek for V to atone for her sins and make up to you the time you have lost? Or do you simply want to bring her harm, even the scales as you would see it? Is it vengeance or justice you seek?
It's not justice that even a vestige of her lives here. So long as this monster still exists, there is a chance that she would sacrifice all of us to bring back her family.
Then surely it is justice, or surely it isn't justice at all that any of us are here, that I am here, that Atrim is here. How many times would we have died if V had not been here? Would it be justice to watch everyone that V has ever saved die just because you wanted her dead a long time ago for what she had done? Is it right to strip away the lives of those she has saved and helped after
Don't defend me, Nasra.
I'm not
Do not
defending.
deserve.
I'm not just defending you. I'm defending us. How many times would we have died without you? What would I have done if you were the one who had found me first in the in those catacombs, the last domain, this domain? Sorry.
Had she fought against her father instead of helped him, this would be different. But
Had
as
I not
she
let my sister take control, my master might still be alive. Or we might both be dead.
better that than what has happened to you.
What has happened to me has already happened. What matters now is not the past, but the future.
And like I said, she lives because Atrum wills it. After we are done, I want nothing more to do with her.
Are we going to gloss over the statement of I would do it again to save them? Seems like a pretty important thing to address given everything that was just said. I mean, like, I am comfortable with choosing sides here, but, you know, I'd kind of like to hear from V that they're not gonna, you know, sacrifice any more people moving forward because they think it might protect people they care about.
He will die before that happens. That I can promise.
I'd like to hear it from V.
I slowly turn to Soren. If you knew death came, if death was looming over everyone you cared about, and you had a chance to stop it, and you knew you could do it, but it violated everything you stood for. But it was a chance. What would you do, Soren?
If I had a chance, an offer, a deal, something that might have saved everyone. I've turned down such a deal in the past, and it still led to suffering. The material plane fell. Countless lives of mortals, human, fae, displaced into the Shadowfell. The only difference between taking the deal and refusing it was where I ended up. If I could go back and change my mind, I suspect I would make the same decision. Not everyone has that benefit, that foresight. We learn from our mistakes. Nasra is correct. We are all at fault for something in our pasts. Some of us more aware than others what that price, what that cost, what it's done. Not to us, but to others. It's not a fair question, V. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know whose children are going to burn, who's going to die, how many families are going to be ripped apart when you make a decision like that. sometimes you still have to choose when the only decisions you have are wrong ones. Sophie, would you do it again?
Save all of you. I would die for. To save anyone. I would let anything wrong happen for. Even though I fall to pieces. I died once. Perhaps it is time for me to stay down. At least let me do one thing right.
So be it. Allow me to take the first step in that protection, as it were. Let me tell you, from myself, I do not wish you to burn the world for myself. If we can agree on this, then at least I can move forward. And then at least I can move forward. Figure out what it is or where I stand after all. Apologize to the rest of you, I just needed to clear that up. I do not want any more people dying because someone seeking to protect. Soren kind of straightens his back, seeming to get a little bit more used to his star spawn form.
You know, I forgot you were, and now that you bring it up, you know,
There's a crystal bug in the room.
Oh, step on it. Oh, kill it with the fire.
I keep forgetting that that's a thing.
I put the token out. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I just kind of, cause like I felt like we glossed over that when like, you know, the conversation was happening. I kind of had to go back to it and be like,
yeah, no, sure.
But you're not gonna like do it again, right?
Sure. No, you did good. You did great. You did great.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm going to turn and look to a trim, knowing that I will not get a word from him.
I'm in the other room.
And I'm just gonna look at Astrid. How much hate is in your eyes at the moment?
Not actually a whole lot. It's a lot more.
She's not mad. She's just this. Get it right.
Don't mom me. I fucking invented
she's not
that
even
card.
disappointed. She's just. She looks hollow.
Oh yeah, we're on the same level.
Yeah, except, you know, you brought me there. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. I had to bring you down to my level.
Get on my level, my pitiful, broken level.
Yes. Come here. Give me a hug.
If I've gotta be here, everyone's gotta be here.
But realizing Astrid's expression matches my own. I just lower my hands. No longer in fist, defending myself. Where to then?
Astrid just turns away. She's gonna go find Atrim.
Bee's gonna stumble and lean against a wall and remember all the wounds she actually has on her body.
We
And just slowly slide down.
put a plan together of sorts. Visit Madame Lavinia, Sora, into the night market.
Ruben, just a little louder if you could.
Yeah,
Is this good?
Yeah, that's good.
It's much better.
Oh, that was literally my face
is
up. But I'm actually
much.
already leaning into my microphone, but that was literally my mouth against the microphone, and I couldn't tell if you were being serious or not.
No,
Yeah, no, when you,
It was helpful when
When you
you're
do
going into it, when you're in raspy Soren,
Oh, raspy Soren. Okay, gotcha.
it's very quiet.
We need to both check in with Sora and Lavinia, as well as resupply some of our expend resources. We know that the fight that is left for us in the lands of Rurik are an uphill battle, to say the least. I suggest visiting Sora first to get that out of the way, then perhaps stopping by Lavinia's household. One last trip to the night market. Alternatively, we could go to the night market first. It literally matters not to me.
Well, I suppose Lavinia, none of you have told me much of her, but from what I've understood, she is Scarlet's mother, and is a vampire as well, but also has great power or wealth, or who is Lavinia properly? I'm...
We did explain this to Nazra last session.
All right, we
If
did.
you're just yeah, we did. So here, yeah, this is the thing I keep track of, just as a tiny 2-second thing. I've started keeping track of in our notes when we explain things, so we don't have to explain them 3 times.
Got it.
Because to
I just
know
wanted
what
to make
our
sure.
characters know. Yeah, your character is
Yep,
aware.
I just
of
wanted to make
Lavinia.
sure. In that case, well, if Lavinia has great wealth, perhaps I want to be able to protect all of you and help all of you in any time of need that you have. And, well, for the longest time I've been searching for them, but if any of you were to die, I have the power to bring you back, but I would need... I don't have what I would need to complete the spells. I would prefer it if we had go somewhere where I could get diamonds first, so that I may revive you, any of you, if you should fall in any of the other domains that we visit.
And yeah, it is then. Perhaps then a trip to the night market and an actual conversation with Sora. Then off to the lands of Rurik to confront Miram and hopefully Vandor. KK.
Well, you had said that Lavinia has great wealth. Perhaps she is also friendly with us, or has a deal with us. I'm not. Atrim is whatever deal we have with her. would she be willing to part with some of these precious gemstones?
Most likely for a price. I'm sure there's something that can be worked out. We are in good favor with her after all. I'm sure it won't be too much trouble. She experiments often and likely already has the components you are seeking on hand.
And there is only one way to find out. Less talking, more walking.
This is true.
The most Jerry sentence ever.
Jerry can walk more than all of us.
He just takes off in one direction.
And just walks through walls, and then through planes, and then through dimensions.
But most importantly, people.
I was gonna say through their hearts, but I guess through their hearts is also through people, so, we both technically said the same thing.
Okay. As you begin wandering through the halls, almost as if this domain built on dreams and intentions can feel each and every one of your intentions to get the fuck out of here. You see the lines of arcane energy that are kind of spiraling across the floor darken from their deep violet purple almost to an inky black. As the further down you walk, the more they seem to connect, and the floor soon becomes just a shadow, a walkway of shadow. And as you look up from that darkness, the walls in front of you have fallen away, and you are out into the night once again.
There's a full screen button? Sorry, no, I accidentally hit the wrong function key, and I didn't know Roll20 had a full screen button.
The entire internet has a full screen button. You just hit F11.
It's so pretty. With that.
Look at that form. So, with that, Nazra, for the first time, as you walk forward into this darkness, your lantern begins to glow, and you know the way.
If I could flavor it just a little
course.
bit more,
Ominous.
it's as we step out into the night, whereas normally when we step into the night, it's just a thick fog, a mist that surrounds us and, encapsulates us. When we step out into the mist, the fog dissipates around Nazra, and there's just an area of clear ground around Nazra, and as she holds up her lantern, the fog along our path just dissipates, indicating the path directly. The Vinia's domain. Hold on 1 second. Do I have to know?
Check the details, but I believe it's just you have to know of the place.
Yeah, so to use this site, you must know the name of the domain you have chosen as your destination, but you don't need to have previously visited. Do
There
you
you
know
go.
the domain?
I mean, you would
domain?
you would know it. They don't actually have individual names, but you would know of it. With that, Nazra now leading the way, you all begin to walk.
Aha! I'm a mist walker, guys!
Fairly shortly after you begin your journey, the night kind of being pushed away by that lantern light, along the path you come across a single individual, finely dressed, female form. This is why you can't leave, Weiner. Finely dressed female form sitting at what looks to be a card table. Long dark hair, clearly even sitting, clearly very tall. And some of you recognize her, even from your very brief glance, as the woman who originally met each and every one of you back in the I'm blanking on the name of the manor, the Havrest Manor. And at the time, he had read out a Taroko reading for all of you. And looking down at the table in front of you, you can see kind of laid out on the table 4 sets of cards. And she just kind of beckons you all over towards her.
Who is that?
Would assume it's Lavinia calling us over.
No.
No,
It's
it's
the
the old lady.
Gypsy mom.
The old lady.
The gypsy, I can't remember her name.
Gypsy mom.
You never got her name.
That's why.
She's just a gypsy mom. You know.
She's a ghosty boo gypsy.
You know, on a scale from like 1 to 10, she's about a medium.
I feel like that one would have landed better if you didn't start with a scale of 1 to 10.
Shut
Yeah.
up. Shut the fuck up. Who asked you? I don't need your approval.
I mean, clearly you do, but okay.
Yeah, I don't need an insight check there.
What's Gypsy Mom got for us today?
I'm gonna walk up to one of the sets of cards.
Okay. You reach down. There are, aside from her own, there are 6 spots at this table. You reach down to the set of cards that are flipped face down, and you flip them up. And they all look very familiar to you. And as you kind of lay a hand on these 5 cards, you flip them, and your ring begins to glow and crackle. And within but a brief moment, that all of the char and all of the bits of melted gold have taken on this black hue, so it's almost like patterned now between gold and blackness.
I look at the ring. And I step back, realizing the cards are still the same. What did you do?
She says nothing. Just looks out over all of you.
I'll step forward next.
Okay.
Are these the same cards from before?
They are. And as you flip them over to look at their face, your rod begins to grow until it is. But well played, well played.
Hey.
I mean, hey, you got alter self for a reason. You're the rod that you've up to this point been using as the catalyst for your spellcasting begins to grow until it takes a much more familiar staff-like shape, which seems to fit significantly better in your currently altered hands. Oh, I could have gone my whole life without ever seeing that.
Literally.
You know, Ruben has never caused me problems.
Thorin kind of looks at it and he goes, yes. This is more comfortable. My hands now. Thank you, oh mysterious woman of the night. Which seems like a fitting phrase to say in response to your rod grows. Thank you, woman of the night.
Fire.
Well said, well said.
Yeah.
Nazra, seeing that, getting an idea of what's happening here, Nazra will step forward next and look at the cards and place her lantern down on the table before her.
Place your lantern down on the table, and you look over, you flip the cards, and when you look back, there's now a staff, almost like a shepherd's crook, that the lantern is hung on the crook of the staff.
She picks up the staff and looks to the woman and says, "Thank you," and steps back.
Does this woman ring any religious bells?
Make a religion check for me, please. Because somehow the last time y'all met her, nobody ever thought to do this.
Is it the
She doesn't seem like Fey Fiend or undead, right?
No.
Ooh. Well, that was a nat 1 that didn't pop up, but still a 13.
Still a 13.
It did pop up.
I mean, a nat 1 is a nat 1. But
it is in fact a
You'd
nat
think
1.
I'd be able to give you advantage on that as a paladin, but
Depends on if
Joke's
you're
on
wanting
you.
to use the critical failure rules on a skill check.
Yeah, no, I usually don't. So, with that, what I'll tell you is fortune tellers are many. People run into fortune tellers and card readers all over the place. That happens all the time. Most fortune tellers aren't out here just like enchanting weapons at a glance. So she's probably more than quote unquote gypsy mom.
I'll make a religion check as well.
Okay.
It's not very good, but just for...
In that same success bracket. Definitely more than what y'all have assumed so far, but hard to say exactly who she is.
Definitely something more. Do I get any inclination if she is related to the Lord of Twilight somehow?
Not related, but definitely seems to be of a similar power scale.
Okay, so like godly kind of scale level being.
I'm gonna try the more direct approach. I'm gonna speak to her in every language I know. In also telepathic and be like, "Hey, who are?" And it's like in that like annoying childlike way where they're like poking you and repeating the same question over and over, like, "Hey, who are you? Hey, who are you? Hey, who are you? Hey, who are you?" In common, elvish, undercommon, deep speech, primordial, and abyssal.
She doesn't say anything. She just kind of looks over towards you and flips a card. And
It says, "Shut up."
no. She flips over the seer card.
Good enough for me.
She knows too much. Kill her.
Okay. Oh, V, no. V, we went over this. No.
She just kind of like looks back and forth across the lot of you, 2 empty chairs and 1 unflipped deck of cards.
Astrid will go and sit down hesitantly, but she will sit down.
Okay. If you look over on the rollable tables, you should see a couple of decks that you have access to. You should see high, swords, stars, coins, and glyph.
Yes.
Let's see what Astrid's
Roll all
fate
four.
is. 1 from each.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Oh boy, I do not like the way that rolled that. Hold on. So that is from the swords deck. Where are you, swords? That is the Avenger.
Hmm.
The
How about
Wizard.
that?
Yeah, the event. You might want to write these down because I'll have to actually create your fortune here at the end.
All right.
So you have the Avenger, the Wizard,
Mm-hmm.
the Beggar,
Mm-hmm.
and ooh, what is that?
Traitor.
The Traitor. The Avenger, the Wizard, the Beggar, and the Traitor. That seems appropriate. And as as she is sliding, oh, I'm sorry, I have to roll 1 more for you. We need your high deck. Come here, there you are.
Anybody want to get high?
Let's roll your high card. Is what are you?
Marionette.
The Marionette. Okay. And as she's laying out these cards in front of you, you kind of like push the chair back and stand up, and as you do, looking down, your armor has just shifted to this complete matte black, seeming to like drip shadows behind you.
Jury would look around at everybody. Have you all dealt with this woman before? I do not recognize.
Before
See
your
a
time with
trend
us.
here.
Yes. We know her from before we met you. We had seen her before in the night, just like this.
Well, I guess I can't be the only one. and as Astrid stands up and walks away, I'll sit down.
Okay, go ahead. One from each.
High, sword, star, coin, glyph.
The high card is the seer. Close that, close that. The sword is the Myrmidon. Stars. Is there a way for me to... No, there does not seem to be. Stars is... Conjurer? What are you? I can't see that one. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. Stars is the illusionist.
See, for my swords, I saw torture as well.
Boy. There should be a way to zoom in on these things.
I can see it by hovering over it. It just gives me a little dialogue box. So I have seer,
Oh
torturer,
shit.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
illusionist.
That's so much
Miser,
easier.
I was like,
traitor.
there's no way there isn't a way to tell what this is, like, in the
Yeah.
thing, so...
No, I've just been... I opened up each of the rollable tables and I was trying to compare the little 4-pixel image.
I saw you doing that on stream, I was like, why is he working so hard?
I'm working so hard. Well, go ahead and write those down, jury. As you stand up and you grab the haft of the gavel, and you can feel almost like as if you grip too hard, the entire haft of the hammer cracks in your hand, and streaks of light and shadow begin like winding themselves through the cracks of the hammer.
Different. We will see.
Atrum.
Yeah, I'll
Do you
mosey on over.
do you brave your fate?
Yeah, we'll show up at the Pack-a-Punch machine.
God damn it. And similar to the others, as you flip your cards over, you can feel the quiver of arrows kind of tighten and almost like bite into your back as the bow extends, grows longer, and looking down, you can see just like almost like wasp or wafting off of the bow shadows. You really put a fucking Pack-a-Punch in here, you son of a bitch.
Pack-a-Punch. Didn't make it through the lava first, you know, all that. Would my see invisibility still be up?
It lasts for an hour, right?
I believe so.
So yeah, for sure.
Is there anything else here?
No. Just her and her little card table.
Just nod to her.
Now we get to see later on if Jury and Astrid's fortunes came as frighteningly close to reality as everyone else's did.
Oh boy.
Hate you.
Don't hate me, hate the dice.
No. You set me up. You put me on this path, you bastard.
But with that, and a true Mistwalker leading the way, you all make the rest of the way to Madame Lavinia's.
Well, it was your decision to come here.
I don't have much business with Madame Lavinia. However, it would be nice to see Magnus again.
Right.
I just hope their dog doesn't start dragging me across the courtyard.
Right, the dog. V takes out her axe and starts walking towards the courtyard.
No,
No, wait.
I can smell
on.
fear.
I have. Well,
Also sulfur.
you know her better than I. Would one of you introduce me to her? It was Lyle who was fronting when we came here. I don't know the way around. I don't know her, I don't know anyone here. Who is this Magnus you keep talking about?
Her husband. He's a real Stan. He's a nice guy. Just don't make him mad. He's fun to be around. Makes a good mean bro.
Lavinia's husband, then.
Yes.
Alright then. She kind of looks to everyone else and glances to Atrium and lead the way, I guess. You're the one that has the connection to her.
I mean, we just kind of, just like walk. I would assume we're like right outside.
Yeah.
Just walk up to the door and give it a knock. I don't think we're on terms to just walk in yet, but we'll get there.
I'm making a perception check. That
Okay.
dog is not getting to jump on me.
You say that.
But I already
It's
saw
already there.
It can smell fear and sulfur, and also the barrier between planes and a few other worldly entities, I'm pretty sure.
It can do a lot.
And it has eyes. Oh god, it has eyes. That's what I remember from the
It's
picture.
just happy to see you.
The eyes!
Somehow I still think I didn't see it.
With a 24, no, you would see it.
The last second? I'm waiting for the punch.
Waiting for the punch. No, you would see it as you knock on the door, and the doors just like fling open, and it is standing there, looking up at all of you. Less so aggressively as it did last time, because now it recognizes you, and more so of he really wants to play.
I wish
He's
to
the
play-
best boy.
I wish to
and
play
you
with
will-
the dog as well.
Are the eyes closed or are they all open?
Oh, they're all open.
Alright, I have taken a defensive posture.
I was told if you're gonna play with him, do not pet the eye on the stomach. That's the big one, if I remember correctly. Just don't touch that one.
I don't see why you would pet eyeball. Doesn't be enjoyable.
So what's everyone doing here?
I am.
Does anyone
I
come to the
don't-
door?
I don't know
I
about you
point
guys.
the way for everyone else with my axe.
I want to play with the dog. You guys are gonna be fine. I don't need anything from Lavinia. I'm here to play with the dog and talk to Magnus.
Fair
It's
enough.
real awkward when we
Yeah.
came the whole way here for nothing.
I think Nazra needs some stuff?
Yeah, we are here because
I gotta check
Azra
one,
wants to
progress.
see if she can get some diamonds from Lavinia.
Okay.
And so Soren's out playing with the dog. Nazra looks to Atrim to introduce her.
Yeah.
Have they come to the door?
No. They are very busy people, and at this point, they know you, so you're not a threat. They don't really need to check on you anymore.
I was expecting a little bit more pomp and circumstance.
Well, you got the dog.
Eh.
That's pretty pompy. However, as much as it's probably not a good thing, you very much know where experimentations are done.
Is it her room experimentations, or is it like an extra room experimentation? 'Cause I know not to go in her room.
So if you'll remember, last time you were all here when John made decisions.
That's what we'll call them.
Yeah, that's what we'll call them.
Decisions and consequences.
John went to almost like a ballroom off to the side of the dining area, and that was where the experimentation was happening, in like a subsection behind that.
In that way.
Are there signs of all of these experimentations before we enter that area, or only once we enter that area? Once we enter that area behind the ballroom.
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on how you view signs, because there's people running around and creatures like the dog and all sorts of things that clearly are not normal. Limbs where limbs shouldn't be, eyes where eyes shouldn't be, pieces stitched back together. Very Frankenstein-esque. But all in all, it's a very fancy place. And then you go into the ballroom and it's a massive ballroom. It's very nice. And you open a door and it's suddenly not. So a little bit of yes, a little bit of no.
Nazra's kind of getting a little creeped out by everything and just walks a little bit closer to Atrim and whoever else is coming along, and then as the door opens to the laboratory, she kind of almost grips the back of Atrim's tunic a little bit and just kind of uses him as a shield, but
I'm a front liner, don't worry.
But yeah, it's kind of using him to like a shield, just hiding behind him a little bit as they move forward. Placing her herself in a position where he is between as much of the experimental tells as possible, so that she doesn't see as many of them.
Well, yes, I probably should have warned you about this. It's not like as extensive. But
What-
I completely understand if you don't want to be in here.
Yes, could you ask, I
could ask her to come out here if you want to wait outside.
no, that would be rude, but, you know what?
I don't know what.
I can do it. I can do it.
As she pulls away a little bit and moves up to be about a half step behind, but next to Atrim, as and just nods to him and says, "I can do it. I can come with you."
Very well. And I would assume we see Lavinia working on the other side of the room.
Yeah. You actually see she is kind of standing there, towering over 12 people, kind of looking down at them, all of them standing upright, apparently, blood pumping and lungs breathing, but all of them just kind of like shoulders slumped, eyes down to the floor, and she's like kind of rubbing her chin as she just like paces back and forth looking at all of them. Her ears
Just making sure this isn't the room that she told us not to go into, correct?
No.
Okay.
Her ears kind of perk up as you enter, turned around. Oh, good. Perhaps you guys can help me clear my head a little bit. And she just kind of like waves at them.
Yeah, you told me about it. This is Nazra. Kind of, well, you didn't meet her before, you met Lyle before. It's her sister. Long story, experimentation. She's kind of icky about all this stuff that you're doing here, but she's being the trooper. She's pushing through it.
It's a pleasure. As she kind of steps forward and extends a hand, but a little bit sheepishly, clearly trying to lock eyes with Lavinia and not look at anything around her.
She reaches out and takes your hand. Don't worry, darling. It doesn't have to be a pleasure. It's okay.
Sorry, it just... anyway, I was hoping we could ask you for aid of sorts. Would you happen to have gemstones that are of value that could be used in spells and such, specifically diamonds? I want to make sure I can protect my friends and bring them back should anything happen to them. And I need diamonds for the spells. We can pay for them. I have the gold here. Would you happen to have any diamonds?
Kind of looks over at you, Atrim, with a "is she always like this" kind of look. And looks back. I, of course, quite the collection. What spell are you looking to cast?
Well, there are two spells that would help me, that I'm looking towards. There is a spell that I can use to revive someone who has died recently, and a more powerful spell that I can use to revive someone who has died within the last several days.
Well then, I can of course provide some diamonds, but we would also need to discuss payment. And
Yes,
I am so far from interested in gold.
You could call it as a favor to me.
As Lavinia starts to him, as Lavinia says she is not interested in gold and wants to discuss payment, immediately Nazra kind of breaks eye contact and looks to all of the devices around the room, the bodies in the back, and quickly closes her eyes and clenches her fist close to her chest for a moment and looks back to Lavinia and says, could we discuss this outside, in the dining area that we passed through? Just not in here.
She follows your gaze to everything. It's like, child, I'm not a monster. But yes, if that will help, please. After you.
Thank you. And I apologize for... I know you are not. I can explain outside.
I saw what you did before. You are a monster.
You see, it all really comes down to why you do the thing you do. Some of us are bound to a certain lot in life. It's what we make of it. And she starts to walk out. As you all head out to, presumably all of you.
Hands to weapon, but not drawing, just prey looking at predator.
You
about to strike? Is this about to go down? I'll fight you.
I bite back.
Kill myself.
I bite back.
I bite.
I don't know if she does. She was blood bagged to the last one.
Yeah, as you reach for the weapons, not drawing them, but holding on to them, you watch her as she passes by. And go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, she's about to do something cheeky.
I mean,
About to get
if anybody's cheeky, it's Lavinia. Astrid, you just watch as she kind of moseys on by and heads out to the dining area. V, with your blind sight and your senses other than sight being a bit more keen, you catch on very quickly that just on the other side of this wall, out in the ballroom, is the dog. And one of its many eyes is trailed inside, locked now on Astrid as she reached for her weapons. But Lavinia kind of bypasses all of you and heads up to her room and comes back down a few moments later and puts a box down on the table and flips open the lid, and it is just full of jewelry. She looks over to you, Nazra. So then, how much is it that you need?
Well, I would need 2 diamonds, one for each of the spells, one worth,
around 300 gold, and the other 500. These are powerful spells.
She kind of digs around in the box for a second and pulls out 2 rings, throws them over towards you. So, as for your payments, in fact, not just for myself, you're doing a bit of a favor, or if you accept, you'd be doing a bit of a favor for your friend here as well. I am, unfortunately, not as adept at bringing things back to life in the way that they were. I modify, and in my humble opinion, improve. But it is no easy task for me to simply restore. Sounds like you are capable of doing so.
Yes. Wait, do you mean to revive those people back there?
Yes. I've tried doing it my own way, and I've gotten them alive, but I can't seem to grasp at whatever their soul, or whatever it is. And best that I can come to the conclusion of is that requires some kind of divine intervention.
Yes, when I cast my spell, it's, right, and you would want me to teach you. I can do that.
Well, there is a small downside. I am not, at the moment, capable of divine magics, but if I could get a thorough understanding of how they work and how they flow through the body, I may be able to synthesize them. I would need to understand how the divine magic interacts with your body.
And what would that require?
She doesn't say anything, you just see the fangs slip out from under her top lip, over the bottom lip.
As the fangs slip out, once again she kind of tenses up, clenches her chest a little.
Jury steps forward and interrupts. Says, "There may be an alternative. I am not the best at these kind of things, but I believe that Nazar and I share a similar gift, although mine is a little lesser than hers, and I am much easier to back. Feel free to have a look at me if that may answer some of your questions."
Interesting. Mechanical and divine.
Say under my breath, like, see, even something heartless can learn divine.
Yuri, no, I can do it. My apologies, Lavinia, for seeming so frightened. Let's just say the last vampire I have encountered has also had a interest in experimentation and mutations, but was not as kind as you are.
To be fully frank, I'd be more concerned if you weren't scared of me. But, I do appreciate the offer, robotic man. I mean, I would happily take up both of you as payment if you're both offering, but I think the most directly useful will be the blood. However, I would, if I could offer you anything in return, I would not be opposed to taking a sample from yourself as well, and perhaps being able to augment my own creations.
That is. Do not.
I lost you there.
Yeah, you cut out.
Yeah, you're fully cutting out.
Oh no. Any better?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, you're
Oh, I
you're
just
no
said
longer a
it's fine,
real
I don't
robot.
mind either way.
You're a real boy.
The robot's not a robot anymore.
This is awkward.
Well, with that, she reaches in and pulls out a necklace and breaks off 12 diamonds from it. And she starts to walk back there, and then she stops and she's like, "You may want to wait just a moment. I believe you said recently passed was a prerequisite for your spell."
Yes. I know there are ways to preserve bodies if, they have died within the last 10 days, or if their bodies have been preserved to a state such that it would seem as though they had died within the last 10 days. Once the rot begins to set in, it would require a much more powerful spell, one that I do not have the power to call upon just yet.
Give me just a few moments.
Are you talking about Raised Dead? Or
Yeah, Raised Dead.
Raised Dead you should have access to.
Yeah, no, Raised Dead is 10 days, but,
Oh, okay.
the thing is that Atrim's friends have been dead for much longer than 10 days.
Yeah.
And I don't have resurrection yet.
Dead is a loose term here.
Yeah.
She's like, just, wait here for a moment. And she walks back into the ballroom. About 30 seconds go by, and she comes back out with a rag, just kind of like wiping her hands. Okay, please, after you.
Just a body?
No, she's motioning you back to where the 12 of them were.
And she was wiping blood off of her hands.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just sitting there, and when she left, like, not even looking at the door anymore, but when she comes back, just like, you are the, like, not even looking at her, just knowing what she did, just like, you are the absolute worst.
Okay.
Monster.
Nazra will, as soon as she says, Nazra will quickly grab one of the diamonds, and follow her quickly to the back, seeing if she can get there within a minute to do the revivify rather than raise dead.
Yeah.
And
Following her to the back now, huh?
yeah, she again just trying to avoid everything as much as possible, just looking at the body. She does get there within the minute, right?
Oh yeah, it's a very quick walk back there.
Okay. And then Nazra kneels down and places the gem on the chest of the body and begins to pray as she also kind of explains some things to Lavinia. For someone who has died recently, my energy alone is enough to bring back their soul, as they've only been dead a short time. Their body is still able to be brought back, and my energy can bring back the soul, as she begins to cast Revivify.
And as soon as you start to cast, you feel a very, very cold hand on your shoulder. and then a very sharp stabbing pain in the back of your neck.
Kind of winces and chokes up for a minute as I'm just gonna roll this just to double check that I get through it.
Nom.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
Connor, calm the fuck down.
fine.
Yesterday, now today.
Nazra easily gets is able to hold the spell through that as she continues and says, but for someone who has been dead for longer, the 10 days that I mentioned, I need to call upon the god that I worship, the Lord of Twilight, to draw their soul back from wherever it may be. And their soul also has to be in a position where they are both willing to return and that they can return. If the soul is taken by something or held captive, I cannot revive them. And if they do not want to live, I cannot revive them either. I cannot force them out of whatever bondage they might be held in, nor can I force them to, against their will, to come back. As she finishes the Revivify spell.
She kind of straightens up. Interesting. So, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, or frankly, if you care. You seem to actually have some divine energies of your own, inherent to your being. Not to mention whatever it is that you reach out and call to your god on. Were you born this way, or did you learn this power?
Born with is something I do not know. Granted through the time spent with that other vampire I mentioned, possibly, but most of what I have is what I have learned through my mother. Well, the only mother I have known, that is. She taught me everything I know. About the Lord of Twilight, how to worship, how to call upon his aid in battle, to heal those who are wounded. She still guides me to this day, as she looks down at the finger that has the ring of mind shielding, which is still invisible at the moment, though.
Interesting. Well, this has been enlightening to say the least. You can freely consider your debt paid. There are...
Nazra is not looking at Lavinia at all right now, though she is looking down at the person who she had just cast Revivify on and seeing if they're back, or if, like, they're back but zombie form.
No, they are revivified. And she grabs that little cluster that she had broken off of the necklace and holds it out to you. As I said, your debt paid in full, of course. You've brought some interesting things to my attention. However, I would consider it a personal favor. And, well, it's a favor to your friend as well, being that he tasked me with this. Would you be willing to assist me with the others?
I believe I can. How many were there again?
At the moment, 11. Just kind of like standing up against the back wall.
Mm-hmm. And have we had a long rest yet? Oh wait, no, never. It doesn't matter. I have all of my spell slots anyway right now.
Yeah. She's like, well, I would, of course, be greatly obliged. And again, may want to close your eyes or turn away or something for a moment. And very.
But before she does this, Nazra will say, I can only do 6 more today, before I must rest and regain my energy.
Very well. I'll go let the others know. And she reaches out with one hand, covers your eyes, and with the other, you hear a flurry of motion. And when she removes her hand, 6 of those that were standing up are now just kind of like laid down on racks in front of you.
As really quick before going to the first one to cast Revivify, she is just going to take a moment and cast Gentle Repose on the first 3 of them, so just to make sure they stick around for the Revivified time. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah,
Don't
Gentle
dead
Repose
open
is 1
inside.
action.
Okay.
Yeah, so just drop 3 quick Gentle Repose as she places coins on their foreheads and preserves their body in a kind of stasis for the time being before going to the first one and in sequence reviving each of them.
Okay. Then she steps back out into the ballroom, walks out to the dining area where the rest of you are. Looks over to you, Atrim. Well, you owe your friend a great deal. She'll be rejoining us here in a few moments. Now, had you all intended to stay?
I mean, I suppose, given that you're asking the question, you might need us to. The friend helping you out, so look to everyone. Is that right?
Need is a very strong term, but
I know.
I feel like at this point it's really you who needs it more than I, but yes, if your friend is going to assist me with bringing the rest of them back, she will need at least 1 more day.
Once again, look to everyone else, like, you all okay with that, or?
I'll give us time to
Soren's having
talk.
the time of his life.
He's super playing with the doggo.
Take that as a yes. Hurry, Astrid.
Nazra doesn't actually emerge from the laboratory, because what she does is, after reviving the 6 that she can, plus the 1 she revived earlier, she's immediately going into nurse mode, trying to tell them, like, keeping them down, telling them to rest. It's okay, you're safe. Atrim is here. He's just rest for now. You have only just been revived. You need to rest. No, stop, rest. As she's looking around, seeing if there's any sources of water that she can use to, kind of nurse them a little.
Yeah, there would be plenty, especially out if you were to head out into the dining area. There's servants running around like madmen, bringing food and drinks and all sorts of stuff. There's a constant lazy Susan of servants, all just walking around in circles with wine glasses.
Yeah, Nazra will walk right out and look and say,
I need food and water for those who have just awoken. They're going to be weak and.
Four of the people from inside just scatter off in different directions.
Azra, do you require any assistance?
Yeah, yes, your help would be appreciated. Just help me to make sure that they aren't trying to run about and accidentally hurt themselves.
Yes, of course. Dog has been tired out anyways.
You hear a
That's
loud, echoing bark right behind you as you say that, and the dog is still just standing right behind you.
I summon one of my unseen servants and I give it the order to continuously play fetch the dog. And I give the dog pats on the head and say, like, and then look at friend and be like, please make sure that it doesn't do anything. Don't make me get in trouble. I will assist Nazra with the people.
Nazra kind of smiles as the dog just waggy tail ready to play with Soren more. She just kind of giggles a little.
I'm quite fond of canines.
Well, now that he's occupied, come. She reaches over and grabs Soren's hand and pulls him back into the lab where the people are that she's just revived are resting. And
Oh, Nazra, I don't use doors anymore.
well, I have to, so we're opening the door whether you like it or not.
No! But doors became an option for me.
You can't make me.
What if
Oh,
the
that
door is
waits
not
for
made
the
of
door to
stone,
close
huh?
behind
What if
you.
it's not made of stone? What if it's made of wood?
I can still go through it.
Oh yeah, what if the door is made of fire?
I mean, I
Technically,
can
you
still
could
go
Anybody can.
through it.
Anybody could go through that door.
Question mark.
It's only air he can't walk through. He can only
Duh,
pass
I'm not
by.
a ghost, dummy. You can't walk. I'm not a ghost. I can't walk through air.
I can.
I'll look at Lavinia and just like nod my head, like, yeah, we can stay.
I will assist by helping with the foods and the blankets and the comfort. But I will shift back into a
More palatable form.
Oh, scared
yeah,
them. You need more hands.
for people that are waking up from being freshly dead from their perspective, and the first thing they see is just like a star spawn like leaning over them, like just kind of like, oh my god.
Probably for the best.
You know, it actually
like
probably would
that.
calm him more because it'd be, oh, I'm actually still dead. I'm still dead. This is hell. Gotcha.
Does that mean they won't try to kill you?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
level 2.
If
It just gets
Jury
worse.
Sees him. If Jury sees them switch back into a human, he'll literally look around at everybody and be like, "Wait, they have a choice to be in that form, and
Oh, no.
they choose that every day."
I
Oh.
wake
They
up
do.
and I look at the mirror and I choose Violet. But yeah, he takes a deep breath and he just kind of mentions to Naza that he should have enough strength to return back to a human state. So he does just that, so he can help more easily with the people. I will note though, every now and then, just because this has always been my goal from the start, to just roleplay little bits like this. Every now and then, you do see him trip on himself. His foot goes like halfway through the floor because he's still remembering how to do that. Yes, he's helping you. He'll wait to have his reunion with Magnus. He imagines he's still busy after all.
Well, for the rest of you, as you're kind of gathered around the large table, the myriad undead servants wandering in circles, bringing food and drinks, slowly start like filling up the dining table for you all. Various different types of food, If you have requests, they will bring it. Otherwise, they just bring you like whatever they happen to have, whether that be a bone broth or
Bones.
a fully cooked pig, just by itself, just a giant pig. All sorts of shit getting brought out. Lots of wine, all of it red wine. Mostly for the humor of it, more than anything else. And then, yeah, shortly thereafter, Magnus comes up from downstairs in the door at the back of the dining hall. Comes up to the top. Oh, well. Hello once again to you all. Welcome back. Why are you back?
Simple errands. And I'm assuming to see old friends.
Literally have like 12 people here that kind of need back.
Rebinding the souls of 12 individuals does not strike me as a simple errand, but if that's what these days are coming to, well then, welcome. You haven't brought mischief into my home again, have you?
We'll see.
Just remain silent.
Excellent. I adore mischief. Well then. Where are the rest of you? You're missing quite a few.
They're raising dead people.
I feel like I could have known that answer. Well, you've been gone this long. Don't tell me you don't have a story here too. Regale me.
No, actually, like, our biggest stalker and our most characteristic person, Jury here, would love to tell you some stories. I'm gonna go freshen up before bed, if you'll excuse me.
He turns without even a hint of sarcasm, turns and stares directly into your cold yellow eyes, Jury.
Oh, unfortunately, I think he was, fooling you. I do have many, well, no, I am wrong. I don't have many interesting stories, I apologize. It's nice to meet you, though.
Nice to meet you as well. And you see, this is where you're wrong. Everyone has interesting stories, they just have to find them. I mean, look at you. You're made of metal, and yet you walk and talk. That's interesting.
That is actually correct. Yes, I am rather interesting, aren't I?
Good lad. Well then. If there are no stories to tell, feel free to head to wherever you will. The beds or baths, I presume. If there are stories to tell, however, I will be here at the table for many hours because I do not sleep and I would love a story.
Wondering if you could tell us a story.
Can I tell you a story? Well, which one?
Have you ever heard of anyone getting out of the Shadowfell?
Anyone getting out of the Shadowfell? Well, those stories are plentiful. Individuals come and go at their leisure. Mostly the strong wizardy types like my lovely wife. But someone like you getting out of the Shadowfell? Perhaps. Now, bear with me, it's a bit long-winded. Are you familiar with Gith? Wonderful. So,
You hear an audible, abyssal screech come from downstairs. It was talking about it. It was doing it.
No.
You strike me as mostly a warrior type, but I do sense the spark of arcane. And that brings to my mind the Gith. Now, many, many moons ago, there were a tribe, we'll call them, tribe of people. They were almost pirates at this point. They would prowl the astral sea, building their empire, growing, ever more powerful. And very much like yourself, they held a warrior culture, but they loved to dabble in the arcane. Now, they were less fortunate than yourself, hopefully, and they got captured and their empire broken down, and they were taken and enslaved by the illicit. Which, well, brainworms, rather gnarly stuff. But anyway, they were captured by them and the illicit broke down their empire. Well, eventually, as the wheels of time turned, the illicit fell as well and the Gith rose against them. Now, these people don't have the in-depth arcane that most of today's wizards have. They were more dabblers, and they still were able to move from plane to plane at will. And many of them rode on the backs of dragons to do so. Now, I couldn't tell you that I know their secrets, of course, because, well, then it wouldn't be a very good secret now, would it? But they seem the most similar to yourself to have broken free.
That is an interesting story. Could you say we could do this to an entire realm?
To an entire realm. Well, a dragon can only carry so many people on its back. Now, quite a few, of course, depending on, the age of the dragon, but you would be somewhat limited in your numbers. How large are you thinking?
What remains of my homeland, my kingdom?
I don't
Maybe
do
1,000 people.
I don't do much traveling, but word flies. I've heard of your kingdom, and I'm sorry, but what remains of your kingdom is not 1,000. What remains of your kingdom... And he kind of looks around at everybody. What remains of your kingdom fell at your feet, darling. Now, of course, that's not to say that you couldn't get them back, but, there would be steps involved.
Perhaps another story then. Have you heard of a man named Fandor?
Fandor the Feared. Yes. I have heard of Fandor. And I have heard of Fandor's infamous infamous lack of courage.
I freed him from his fate through a lie. I'd like to fix that.
Ah. Well. I am afraid those two goals of yours are a bit more intertwined than you think. Do you know what that would take?
I believe I do.
Yes. I believe you do as well, child.
There'd be another way to find him.
They certainly might. Find what it is that he needs, adores, and bait the trap. Bring him to you. He is, after all, not a very strong-willed man. I'm sure you could find something to lure him in.
I look to Lavinia. Well, from one mother to another, you still owe me a debt for threatening my children.
You know, I never would have considered that, but I'll take you up on it. What is this debt?
Seeing that you were able to reach me and another realm. Could you tell me which one he's in?
She kind of looks down at the table. No, child. I could only reach you from another realm because I was called to you.
I look at the empty seat that Atrim would have sat at if he didn't run away. Perhaps there's another one that you can answer me. The Dragon Crest blade I had once carried. I believe it to be in one of two possessions. I'm not sure who. Could you answer me that riddle?
She kind of looks at the table for a moment. Very well. What can you tell me about the sword?
I give a very lengthy description of the sword, even though I have never actually seen it myself. It was almost like I could perfectly visualize it.
She walks out for a moment, comes back in from her laboratory, puts a device down on the table. It looks like almost like a telescope with what's the best way to describe it? Like a telescope with an orrery around it, like a planar diorama, and she like kind of spins the telescope slowly and then gives it a strong flick, and it just sits and spins and spins and spins. And she looks up at you. Well, it's not here in the Shadowfell. It seems to have moved to an entirely different plane.
A pocket plane, perhaps?
Potentially. Or thrown back to the material, or stolen by a celestial and taken to Eastgard. It could be any of the planes, but it's certainly not on this one.
I guess that's enough for the dead. For realizing how powerful you truly are, there are even limitations.
There are limitations on all beings.
Perhaps one day I will find mine.
Here's hoping that's not true. Well, unless anybody else has any pressing matters, I'm going to go and wash up.
Top of the mag.
She,
I suppose there'll be time tomorrow.
Hmm?
I suppose there'll be time tomorrow before we head out.
For what, Magnus?
Yeah.
Oh, Magnus is still chilling at the table. He's not going anywhere. Lavinia's leaving.
Oh.
And V is also gonna leave.
Fair enough.
I'll.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was kind of
this.
funny, like, Jury was the one left alone with Magnus, and Jury was not the one that wanted to be with Magnus.
It's your turn, Vince. You get to tell
Well.
stories. He wants to look at weird things on me. No. I ain't staying in a room with him.
After a little while working with, Nazra seems intent to stay up as late as possible, helping all of Atrim's friends kind of recover and, rest well. And she, to the point where she's kind of staying up late herself.
Nazra, you almost fell over asleep. Those last two beds that you were getting them accustomed to. Are you gonna take a break anytime soon? The bodies aren't going anywhere. You check the rigor mortis on them.
I'll make sure that these last few are. And she starts drifting off and leaning on Soren a bit, and before opening her eyes and sorry.
It's okay. I just.
Where was I? Right. Helping these last few.
It's alright, Nazra. I just don't want to see you. We've seen a lot of things. Pushing yourself like this, it's noble, but I can't imagine what it's doing on your body physically and mentally. Why don't you go take a break? I'll look over the bodies, make sure everyone's accustomed to everything, I'll get friend down here and my unseen servant. I'll take care of it for now. I don't need to sleep, remember?
I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave all of them with you. I don't want to leave
Leaving them.
you all alone to care for them.
No, you
I'll
were right
stay
the
with you
first
just
time. I don't want to leave them
for a
alone
little
with
longer.
I don't want to leave them alone. I'll only eat a few of them, just the ones who weren't able to get up right away. Jeremy over there's arm was already detached from him when we got in here. I'm like, he doesn't need all the fingers. You know, the blood leaves the extremities first. Okay, point taken.
I'll stay with you just a little.
I say that I start nodding and saying yep, as like we're walking over to a bed, and I start putting out the pillow for like her to collapse on, like as she's finishing herself.
Yeah, as she's saying that, she is kind of, as we sit down at the next bed, she's starts leaning on Soren again, and
I have half a mind to let you just phase through my body and fall into the bed. But I won't, because this is cute, I think. I send friend off to go retrieve the unseen servant, because much like having a cat on your person, I don't think I'm allowed to move right now. I've got a Nazra on me. Jeez. I'm gonna have to take care of these bodies without moving. It'll be fine. It'll just like be, it'll just like, being back in the fall realm. Yeah. Yeah. Squeak, squeak. No, it's not gonna be like that. Squeak. Okay. I'm gonna send you back to the Fey realm in like 2 minutes if you don't shut up. And I'm just gonna keep continuing to take care of the bodies while Nazra gets some deserved shut-eye, apparently. How many bodies did Nazra get through?
7 people actually. Oh. God dang it. She has revived 7 people today.
Damn. Alright. That shouldn't be too bad. Then yes, I shall save my... It's not... Is it like late in the day? It is late in the day. It's gotta be.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
She would be working with them late into the night.
Let's take our rests.
All right. Well then, be as you are looking for Atrum.
What you doing, Atrum? Where are you?
Oh, I would assume Lavinia has like spare rooms set up for when people drop by.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I would have stopped by the room, dropped all of my stuff off for my shirt that I wear under my armor and my pants. Would have stopped by the little bathhouse that they have while everyone else was oh my skills. While everyone else was eating dinner and such. And a balcony, correct? At the manor?
Yeah, there'd be a balcony.
I would assume the balcony is not the highest point, as I would assume the pinnacle or peak of the house would be the highest point.
That would be a reasonable assumption.
I'm going to, from the balcony, climb up there. I'm gonna sit, like, at the flattest roof part, if you will, of the top of the house. Just sitting out there, and as I said, would have left all of my gear in the guest room. And yes, V, that would include what you're looking for.
I know what I'm looking for, but I know I don't need to go take it. Knowing a trim's fondness of heights, the last time I was thrown off a roof, I go and climb up anyways. However, I'm gonna do one note before I do that. I'm gonna go to Scarlet Trim. And see if it has changed.
Changed in what way?
If Lavinia has no longer made it her room, if it's become a new laboratory, if someone has even slept in it in the last time we've been there.
Yes. But I don't think Chris is here right now.
No, I think he had an emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he had to step out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
But I'm going to ignore all of that, and I'm just going to go steal one of her dresses.
fair enough. So,
I'm gonna
yes.
do that in 10 minutes.
It is, in fact, a lived-in room, but I'm not going to describe the room to you, because that's Chris's job.
I will leave the room alone. I will just simply look for one of her dresses and steal it, and see if I can actually fit it. Because I recall she's shorter than I was.
Yeah, well, shorter is weird for you. 'Cause, you know, heads. But
Yes, remove the head is only 8 inches.
yeah, I would say it probably fits decently.
Okay. Then I will leave my armor there, and I'm going to climb up on the roof. Simply in the dress, wedding band abroad, entire bony arm shown, every fucking scar on her body, and I'm just gonna climb up on the roof.
Are you climbing up there, like, to look for your brother?
Yep.
Okay. Trim, are you actively trying to hide up there? Or are you just sitting on a roof?
Just chilling.
Okay. I would say it's probably not that hard to find him then.
But no. As I climb up on the roof. Still can't sleep unless you're out in open air.
I mean, nice view.
I would.
Well, once before, and Don was leaving. I guess slightly before he left, but I'm up here, up to the balcony at least. Last time we were here. Oh.
Were you planning ever to return it?
Oh, I mean, eventually, yeah. Had to see how everything played out. Make sure you weren't gonna go like that shit and stab me because I knew.
Even with most of my memories back, Atrim, why would you ever assume that I would hurt you? Out of all my actions you've seen me do, all the horrors and atrocities, you've seen my memories. You know what I fight for. Why would you think I would ever hurt you?
I mean, I don't really know. But through all of your memories, everything that you did fight for, was a time you did fight for Dad. Not on the best of terms with him, so.
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
That
Cool, I stole one of your dresses.
What?
One of Scarlet's dresses.
Why?
We'll get back to it.
Why not?
We'll address that later.
Would have cost you $0 not to say that.
yeah, honestly,
It also cost me $0 to say it.
that is true.
Fair.
Did it,
Fair.
though? I think that'll cost you later.
I'll
You
cash it in later.
That wasn't even bad. That wasn't even cringeworthy. That was nothing. There was
That's
zero
nothing.
emotion with it. You
Why
sickened me.
can't you guys just accept me as I am?
I refuse to. I refuse to accept
Okay,
anybody.
okay.
You know, I'm really putting myself out there. You know, I'm trying really hard, and you know, it's just a really hostile. Just you know, it's.
It's just Chris.
It's a hostile
This is the
work
hostile.
environment.
Yeah, I understand it from Christmas. Risk you guys.
You want to bet?
Hey,
Call.
hey, buddy, if you need to say something, there's a thing called English. Use it slowly.
And put it in a box.
No, I got that one. I heard that one. That was pretty self-explanatory.
Anyways,
What I miss?
we got the story
Dinner
of the
with the
kid.
family,
Yeah,
people coming back to life.
Whose
found out
family is coming back alive?
Trim's warrior buddies.
No.
Nazar's doing a res.
We're having a
Max
resurrection party.
X-rays.
Not a mass res,
party.
but lots
Well,
of
we've
time
gotta
is
stay the
being
night.
wasted.
Gotta stay the night so that Nazra can do it again tomorrow.
I hate it here.
You should. And at the moment,
Roof.
2 people are on a roof, both of them no longer wearing armor.
Ooh.
See who stabs who first.
Ooh.
See who's it.
Don't worry, I got it.
Kills both of us. What a turn.
To be fair, really wouldn't take much to put me down. I'm still wounded from the fucking brain fight.
I'm a frontliner, so I'm fine.
Oh. Anyways,
I apologize. Continue all.
yep.
Yeah? Did with Dad. Thing.
I did. And he was family once before, and I didn't see how quickly he lost himself. I knew he was getting paranoid, but I didn't realize it was delusional as well.
In more family to some than others, but sure.
Do you not realize what happened when you left? Everything fell onto me. I no longer saw Mother. It was just him making sure that I was the best. Ruthless tactics. But It was all I had. He killed me. So yes, I did have him as my family. I did do anything for him until he stuck a knife in my back and hung the people I loved. So, no, I have no allegiances to him anymore, and I want him dead. Probably more than you would ever understand. But
Oh, I mean, I just had to make sure.
a funny way of doing such things.
So, and all the training and such that I've went through, like, we're supposed to prepare for the worst, so... Did.
How'd that work out for you? My men still beat yours.
Did. But they didn't beat me, so... How good can they really be?
I lowered the dress to trim all 12 stab wounds from the swords.
Listen, first you take off your armor,
Hey,
now you're
yo.
lowering your dress.
Hey, what?
Showing all the scarred handprints across her body and all the sword wounds. Put that away. Put that away.
Funny that you can even hear it, no matter whether there's sound or not. It's still audible.
Hear him. I can always hear him. But, I mean, like... In the end, yeah, it was betrayal, and the person doing it was major dick, but, like... No offense, but you kind of deserved it.
Do I? Maybe I do. Maybe I am the worst thing that has crossed this earth.
Oh, see, the redeeming quality here is the fact that you're willing to face the worst thing ever crossed the earth. Might not be able to understand why you did what you did, even if being tricked, and how at any point it made sense in your mind as to why you did what you did, but I mean, in the end, you do regret what you did. At least I think you do.
I regret people dying. That should be enough.
Some it will be. Others it takes more convincing. But I mean,
Well, if you can find it, you can have my head. That can be your pound of flesh.
I think you're a bit mistaken. Don't really wish vengeance on anybody, in fact.
Yes, you do.
I almost hate to even do it to Dad, just like slightly every now and then, but the difference between him and you is you stopped, tried to become something better.
Well, when you're done moping, I'll be downstairs in the ballroom, and I'm taking my sword back.
In the bag. Are you figured that out?
I did.
It's next to your helmet too. You left that with me. If you want it back. I think the fire's kinda cool.
Maybe I'll stay this way. And I do a flurl of the dress. Perhaps I can be better this way. Then I climb down the roof.
For what it's worth. Sorry that I left you.
I'm sorry that you had to. And I go downstairs into the bedroom. I take my sword back. And now that Chris is here, I go to Scarlet's room and see if it has changed since the last time we've been here.
Yeah, Chris, what does Scarlet's room look like now?
Oh, that was your question.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
I guess more importantly, is there a Scarlet?
Okay. This could be very bad. There is a Scarlet. There is also a lot of if you remember before, it was like a white room, essentially,
Yep.
with like just a bed, a table, and that's it. Now, it's a lot messier. There are designs and research notes all over the room, from floor to ceiling. And Scarlet is at the table with books upon books stacking each corner, and she's furiously writing.
I place a hand on her shoulder.
Mother, I'm busy. I'll eat later.
I'm not your mother.
Keeps writing, pauses, looks up. Oh, it's you. Hi. Goes back to writing.
What are you writing, Scarlet?
Oh. Ways to split souls.
Have you found a way? Or are
Yes?
these ideas?
I mean, they're all ideas. I've had like, oh jeez. How long has it been since you guys left?
A while. And I stop her from writing by wrapping my arms around her and the chair and giving her.
Hi? Can I help you? I missed you too, I guess. And she pats like the arm a little bit.
I let go of her. You still in there then? Or are you still wishing for others? And I'm very mad. I need the lore writer. What was Scarlet's real name? Because I forgot it.
You mean her sister's name?
No.
Oh yeah, she had a real name.
She has a
No.
real name.
Hey,
Oh gosh.
Does anybody remember?
Hold
you
on.
know.
Hold
I
on.
remembered it. I'm just really mad that I forgot the actual name. and
Come
it
on,
makes
World
me mad.
Anvil. You guys got this. There's
What are we
two of you.
What are we talking about?
Written down.
What
Hold
is
on.
Scarlet's name?
Scarlet's real name.
It's fucking. I'm not even gonna pretend to know. To.
Hold on. It's the Analandra is the one that John killed. Malinandra is the one that's attached to
Landra.
Scarlet. Analandra is
Analandra.
Scarlet.
There.
Analandra.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very close, but no.
What?
Her
Yeah,
real
no.
name, her real name is Anatala.
Anatala.
Anatala. Damn it.
So close. So
Thanks for
close.
trying.
Damn it.
We would not
hearing
have,
the
we
hearing
would
of-
not have forgotten that.
What am I paying you for?
David did.
But
Anatala.
a lot of she would, tell people my name's Anna, and then she would tell people, but you call me Scarlet. That's my stage name. But
Anatala.
no, she doesn't go by Scarlet anymore. If that's what you're asking.
I know she doesn't. That's what I'm going to say. Are you okay, Anna?
Yes. Why wouldn't I be?
When's the last time you left this room?
What time is it?
I haven't the faintest clue.
3 weeks ago.
Okay. I turned her chair around.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I went down this morning for breakfast. I'm not my mom. I get out and get some exercise. It just so happens that I'm on the verge of a breakthrough. If you give me a little bit of, space, I could finish.
No. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yes, your work is important. Also, I might be interested. I also have a few family members that I think need to go home.
Okay. V, what's wrong?
I've done a lot of bad.
Tell me about it.
Well, I got a lot of my memories back, and I found out I ruined my kingdom and killed a lot of people.
Why'd you do it?
I thought I could protect my family.
Reasonable.
My
I've
brother,
probably done the same.
thanks. My brother saw those memories and didn't take it well.
Atrium's always been a bit of a what's the word? Soft? No. Naive? No. Altruistic. Yeah, that's the proper word. Well, did you save him?
He's alive.
But
I
did you
did not.
save all the people you wanted to?
No, I was lied to.
Well, then, that's where you fucked up. Yes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but it doesn't matter how many good intentions you have if you fuck up along the way. So stop stop being stupid. Learn from your mistakes and move on.
Are you moving on, Anna?
Moving on from what?
Do I need to say his name?
Oh, that. I mean, first of all, I can't believe you're bringing him up. Second of all, I can't believe you haven't even. I can't believe you haven't even said hi to Melindra.
You're right. I am sorry. I didn't see her. Where is she?
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I forget that most people can't see her. Melindra, say hi. And you just feel a soft tug at your like ankle.
Oh, Melindra. I hope you're doing well as well.
She says she's bored, and you will stay bored until I'm done. We had plenty of your fun. It's my turn now. Anyways, you said you needed help. How can I help you?
You did it, actually.
Oh.
Thank you. I'm kind
Was
of
it
glad
confirmation that you're not wrong?
A bit. I had a lot of doubt, and a lot of people had a lot of very low view on me.
Well, I'm not here to assuage your guilt.
Never said you were. I know I did something stupid.
Good. You should feel guilty about it. But at the same time, you've moved on, right?
I think so, yeah.
You're moving forward.
Yes, actually.
And you and I, we're more alike than you think. Well, John is a good study. I think his notes are somewhere in this room. It's not all that I had to think about. It was more. There's a lot more to life than play and vengeance. There's people that need help.
Yes, they do.
Like Melindra.
Yeah.
I'm working on separating her from me. Putting her maybe in a homunculus or something. Don't worry, I'm gonna get you a good body. Mom's gonna get you a good body, okay? I don't know where to get those. I don't collect them. We just live here. That said,
Get out.
All right. You have a good night. It was nice
Thanks
to
for
see
visiting,
you.
though.
It was nice to see you as well. I'm glad you're doing better and have moved on to other things.
Yeah, I
Perhaps
got
one day-
eternity to hate John. Don't need to do it all at once.
Perhaps one day I'll let you. Maybe one day you'll get to see Davis.
Who?
No, right. My husband. And
All right, keep the spouses and the romance away from me. I don't do that.
he's dead.
I don't see why that's a problem. Aren't you dead?
Or technically.
All right then, keep the spouses and the romance away from me.
Fair.
Oh, and
But I was thinking more along the lines of you getting to meet him and also removing me as his anchor.
oh, if you want to get rid of possession, Mom's good at that.
No.
Mom's good at that, says the person who has had a spirit anchored to her for years.
It removed it. It's not anchored to her. It's stapled to her. There's a big difference. If V dies, the soul doesn't just, the souls of her dead ones don't just disappear. If Scarlet dies, Melindra goes too. Melindra's technically alive right now, just doesn't have like a body to put it in.
Oh, and Anna.
Yeah.
Big favor.
Nope.
Damn.
What do you want?
I was wondering if you had a dress I could borrow.
Me? No, I don't have any dresses.
I know you have costumes.
Yeah. The one. Melindra, on the other hand. Check her room.
All right.
I've got lab coats.
You have the one outfit, and I've only seen one of your lab coats. Where are the others?
Mine?
I don't believe you have more than one.
I just told you. I have the one. I don't think you understand. I don't like dressing up. I have very practical clothing, very pragmatic attire to assist me in doing my research.
I went to you to see if you had something that was nice and also functional.
Do you just want clothes?
Maybe.
If you want just clothes, that's one thing. But you asked me for a dress.
In fairness, the only thing I've worn is some dead guy's clothes and a suit of armor.
What do you want? Underwear, shirt, pants?
And we're gonna go, and I'm gonna just cut that into a fucking montage. I don't care.
Oh, jeez.
Well.
I have a question.
Mhm.
What is she? Is she just a disembodied, like a beheaded corpse?
Yeah, she is originally she's a 6'6" female, half-elven woman.
Yeah, but that didn't answer that. Is she a
beheaded corpse walking around. Like, if you were to take all the armor off and everything, would it just be a corpse?
If you're asking if she's rotting, no. She.
No.
No. Does she have a half elven body and just no head?
Yeah, it's just no head. And a lot of scars.
Yeah. Just a Dullahan walking around.
They're just like.
And then she looks up at you and just then scratches her chin. I don't have anything in your size.
Do you think Melindra would?
No. We're triplets. We pretty much all look alike.
So you're saying I'm gonna have to go steal clothes from your mother?
I don't think you could fit her clothes.
Fair, she's taller than me.
And she's got a little bit more fill.
That's
Not
one way to
that
put it.
Not that
Yes.
much. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, you're right. I only got the hips.
And they do not lie. Anyways, get out.
Eyes up here. Oh wait.
Eyes where?
Thank you.
Where
I
do the
love
eyes
staring.
go?
Anyways, I can provide you with at least something that'll fit.
That'll work.
Gives you random assortment attire here.
Yeah.
All right, out. You're disturbing my research. Melindra says tell Atrum she says hi. And no, he is not welcome to my room whenever he likes. Gross.
Think he's got an eye on another girl.
Really? Who?
I thought you wanted me out.
No. You don't drop something like that and just, walk away.
But
Who
it's
is
getting
she?
late.
No. Don't you dare. I will soul knife you.
Okay. Her name is Astrid.
Oh my god! Who's that?
I guess an orphan girl from a little village who has dragon problems, I guess.
Ooh, dragon problems.
And
he likes them
can
tough
have a
anyways.
temper.
And can have a temper. Okay. See, Melindra, he's just not your type. He likes them angry, and you don't have a single angry in your body. Oh, you have no body to be angry with, so, that's that. I'm working on it! Anyways,
I'll
have
leave you
fun!
to it. It was good to see you, Anna.
Likewise. Oh, right. It's something I forgot to ask. Is the Soren okay? I know that transformation stuff was being weird for him and everything.
Think he's figured it out?
All right, good.
He's got
Maybe I'll
more
see him in the
legs.
morning. What?
You gotta stop saying things as you're leaving. He's.
You know what?
It's
Never
like
mind.
the
I don't
worst
wanna know. I
Midwestern
don't care.
goodbye.
I don't want to know.
Saskatchewan, this is a
Goodbye.
Canadian goodbye.
It's just Melindra just being like, wait, but like how many legs?
How many
Why do you
limbs
think I
we
do the
talked
Irish
about?
goodbye to you guys? It's because if I do it, I have to do the Saskatchewan goodbye, and that's gonna be all fucking nerd.
Is that where you say you're sorry?
No. It's where we talk. We say goodbye in the living room. We say goodbye in the kitchen. We say goodbye in the hallway. We say goodbye at the door, and we leave.
It's like a reverse tour.
Forgot to do one at the car door.
Yeah. How
Yeah, we do
rude.
that one. Well, that's if it's nice and
No,
if
there's
it's
one.
warm
It's when
out.
you gotta-
Usually mine is 30.
It's when you gotta just slap your knees and be like, well, it's about that time.
Yeah, but you do that like 12 different times. You say, well, it's about that time. Okay, well, we'll talk to you later. Yeah, it was nice seeing you. And you continue doing that goodbye all the way through the entire house.
Kayla, anytime she hangs up with her parents,
Yeah. It's like going to fucking Thanksgiving at Graham's.
nope. Not even once. Just
What's everyone doing? Well, I get to have a girl talk.
I still want to talk to Magnus, but I got to talk before, so if anyone else has stuff to do.
Akrid does. I was kind of roped into Scarlet.
That's fair.
First, she is going to prowl around the manor.
That seems like a safe thing to do.
Yeah, you know. She's curious because everybody seems safe around here, but she doesn't trust it at all.
Fair.
But I would like to meet the dog. And
Okay.
wrestle it.
Well, it's not hard to find him because you're prowling, and that's like his thing.
Mhm.
So it takes you all of about 30 seconds of wandering the hall before Doggo comes. And it's weird because, like, you can see a little almost like cloud of dust behind it as there is an invisible servant holding on to its tail being dragged behind as it was trying to keep the dog occupied with playing.
I look at this thing as if it's like a wild beast, and I'm gonna guess like it's easy to sense the like play from it, right?
Oh yeah.
Like it wants to have fun. So what she's gonna do is like tackle the thing.
Oh hell yeah. Go ahead.
And she is going to play with it.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check, please.
I wonder what
Sure.
happens if I just type eyes in the gift bar.
Buddy, little friendo.
I cannot possibly fail that.
As you, like, it rounds the corner rushing you, and it goes to leap, and the invisible servant kind of pulling on his tail from behind slows it down, and you manage to just catch him midair and roll down on top of him.
All right, cool. And I'm gonna be doing like all the wrestling maneuvers that you would do with a dog on the floor and everything like that.
Fuck you, Sinisty.
And just like pinning it and eventually she's gonna pull one of her javelins and like chuck it so that like he'll go chase it and everything.
Chuck it into the dog.
What's your
Yes.
passive perception?
16?
Okay.
16.
So as you reach back, you grab a javelin and you throw it down the hall, so he turns and starts chasing it. And you notice as he's running down the hall after this javelin, he's got one of your oversized arrows in his mouth.
Oh, you monster!
And then he gets to the javelin, drops the arrow, picks the javelin up, and comes running over to you.
Oh, he doesn't do the dog thing where he like drops the arrow,
Tries to
starts
do-
running, and then drops the, and then comes back trying to grab the arrow, drops the javelin, stops, goes back to the.
Goes, runs through a doorway and gets stuck with the javelin in his mouth.
Exactly. But
The
yeah,
dog just fucking vanished into the leaves. He's just gone.
but yeah, that over and over again. But after a while, you know, she'll realize, okay, it's not as bad. But she's actually gonna go try to find Atrim.
Okay. Make a perception check. 'Cause he's not particularly trying to hide. But he is on the roof. Good enough.
If I can't find him, wait, I have an idea. Can I ask the dog?
Oh, yeah.
I ask the dog.
He just starts barreling up the side of the wall.
Oh. I can't alright. Starts she tries to find a way to climb up the side of the house.
It's not all that hard.
No, I don't expect it to be. It's just he basically did a 90-degree turn up the house, and she's just
full spider walk up the wall. Atrim,
she's just staring at it like.
As you're up there after your conversation with your sister, everything's kind of quiet, just taking in the view, and then suddenly this massive ball of eyes and fur just comes barreling over the side of the roof and tackles into you and starts licking your face.
Ah!
Followed very shortly by Astrid, like, hand over hand climbing the stones.
Hey, Trim, that's where you are.
No, there are stairs for the most part, right?
There are?
I mean, up until you get to the balcony, yeah.
Why did no one tell me this? Why have everyone abandoned me? I do not like being abandoned. Stop that.
I mean, you have the dog here, and
He is nice boy. I wish I had friend like him.
what's up?
Nothing. I just did not like being alone in this place. That's all.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I figure for the most part, Lavinia is trustworthy enough. I don't think she'll steal you all for experiments or anything, but she might. I'd have to ask her to stop.
Why do you trust this creature?
I mean, we have a deal, and in my experience, people or creatures like her don't tend to break those deals. I guess she could, but there's no need to help her. She helps me.
What do you help her with?
Actually, a good question. She hasn't asked a lot yet, but I feel like it'll come up very soon.
Do you want me to destroy her?
Oh, no. I have no doubt her capabilities to do so. But maybe not. I mean that. She's useful.
Strong?
She helps. She is very strong, yeah.
I see. And you make deal with creature because you needed power.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I also needed my companions back to life.
Ah, yes. Companions.
It's really like the only person we've run into that I assumed would know how to do that. And we've got Nazra now, but like to a certain degree, even how long they were gone was outside of her realm of capabilities.
No,
Sorry,
this
at the
makes
time.
sense.
Yeah.
She does the experimenting. I assume that she would know about such things. I want to apologize for my behavior.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, you didn't kill her, so that was all I could really ask for.
I don't know if killing her would have made me happy.
Yeah. Oh no, I guess I felt the same way. I mean, I said I don't want to kill her. Pissed as I'll be, but I mean, can't really bring myself to kill her.
You are a good brother. She is good sister. It just hurts. Why should she live while others are dead? Why should I live when others are dead?
I don't really believe in the gods or fate or anything of the sort, but I do like to believe that if we're still here, it's for a reason. We have business needs to be done.
Yes. Thank you for staying. Thank you for coming back.
No problem. No, you had mentioned it, and you had asked me. What do you plan on doing when all of this is over? When we've saved our people and everything's done and all?
I don't know. They are not really my people anymore. Yes, they are my kin. Yes, they are my family, but 12 years has changed. Lots. I have been at war with evil for so long. They do not know me anymore. I do not know them anymore. I was child. I can barely remember faces, save for two.
Or the two?
A gold dragon and a silver one. In my family, you do not. Your birth mother and birth father, they are important to you, but they are not the only important to you. I was given to many tribesmen to learn to train.
I mean, birth fathers are overrated anyway.
Just because your father was wrong does not mean all fathers are wrong.
I suppose that's true. People in my life that filled the role, I guess, but doesn't make the first one hurt any less.
Besides, he may have given you life, but he is not your father. Anyways, I will sit here with you, if you do not mind.
Not at all.
And with dog. Hound? Wolf? What is this thing?
I have no idea. But he can stay too.
God, I'm still thinking about like what it would look like for real.
Did you have a picture?
No, I mean like in
Standing
real
in
life.
front of you.
No.
Yeah. And it's like horrifying because it's like 9 feet tall, just like on all fours,
It's beautiful.
and just like every so often, just like it's just covered in eyes. And dogs don't really blink.
Yeah, more
Fucking
like a-
pugs. God damn it. Oh, God.
I had to get Chuck. That's why I got Chuck.
Well, all that said,
Guess I'll talk to Magnus
Soren.
next week.
Oh no, I was gonna say Soren with Nazra fast asleep, you able to kind of slip through the bed. You can hear from the other side of the room that like low motorized whirring of Jerry's head going back and forth that you know to be his sentry mode. And over top of it all is just, and that was when I knew for a fact that it had to be her, because you see, nobody could have caused that much destruction and made it look so good in such a short amount of time. But
Are you insinuating that Jury went into sentry mode as Magnus was still talking to him?
absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
1000%. It didn't even take that long. He was only talking for 5 seconds.
He's not. That's his nod every time this is talking.
I send friend over to kind of snag Magnus over, because I still don't want to leave the room with all the people in it that, you know, have just been freshly brought back to life. I also tell him to bring me a bowl of bone broth. You know, as best as a bat can, you know, fly a bowl of soup over to a person. Just want everyone to picture that real quick now.
And how big the bat is.
Bren, he flies out there, chirps at Magnus for a couple seconds. Or not chirps, but squeaks at Magnus for a couple seconds.
The chirp is probably more accurate.
And then he goes down to the table and he wraps his little bat toes around a bowl of soup and just like starts flapping madly, like slowly dragging it closer and closer to the edge of the table until Magnus just kind of reaches over and grabs the bowl looks at him. Where are we going, strange friend? Ah, yes, this way. Tally ho. And
He's such a happy individual.
just kind of like sets off through the ballroom holding a bowl of soup and following a bat.
Magnus.
Oh. You don't look like you did a few moments ago. It's a downgrade, really. You should go back.
You have no idea how pleasing it is to hear someone actually say that, for once. And for the record, I agree. I do prefer spending my time as I actually am. I just wanted to catch up. You know, you gave me a lot of good advice back the last time we spoke. And you always had such a unique outlook on things. I mean, you scared me half to death, you know. But, still, I don't think we've been saying you were horrible. What's it Chris say?
Look.
He said that you.
We've been saying
it's
you
so
were horrifying the whole time. What the fuck do you even mean?
He said you hadn't heard people say that.
No,
We're
people
like-
say that. No. Magnus is saying that I look better in my other form because right now Soren's in his elven form.
Oh,
Magnus,
okay. I didn't know that was.
At least that's what I understand, because when
Yeah.
Soren came in, he was in his Starspawn form, and now he's in
Correct.
his elven form.
I didn't know he switched.
Yes.
Okay.
I switched
Okay.
when I went down to help Nazra with the people, because we determined that people freshly awoken from the dead shouldn't see a Starspawn seer as the first thing.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Especially.
Oh, Thomas.
Did not know. I apologize. I didn't know you swapped.
That's
My
okay.
bad.
It was funny.
Take it from someone who has to spend most of their time not looking as their proper self. Get as much of it as you can. It's satisfying.
Very much is. Although I don't know if people being freshly risen from the dead should see a star spawn as the first thing when they open their eyes. Hence, and he points to like his elven features.
Probably wise. I mean, I tend to just throw them in the deep end, right? Because if they're going to be working here, they're going to see it eventually. You might as well just let them have it.
You know, it really was some kind words you imparted onto me, even if they weren't very straightforward. And your wife, while she may have been straightforward, it also showed me that after everything I've been through, after everything I went through, no matter how much I change myself or find purpose, or change myself on the outside, there would always be people that saw me for who I used to be. But I'm okay with that now. I prefer who I am. You know, the spell that my brother gave me, at first I asked him if he could just take it all out of me. Thanks to you and my friends and Nazra, and he spends a few more seconds looking at Nazra like slumped over on the bed. I can truly say that I'm comfortable in my own skin. Well, it's not a skin, it's more like a... You know what? I don't need to go into it. But regardless, I just wanted to express my thanks. I know I'm just some random person that showed up one day, but again, I really appreciate everything you said and the direction that you pointed me in. And I just wanted to catch up.
You know who else is just some random person? Me. As was Lavinia. As was each and every one of your friends at some point. Everyone is just some person until they choose to do something with their life. And, well, it's much harder to do something with your life if you're not you. If you're going to make an impact, do it with your own damn face. Let the people see what they're working with. If they're afraid of it, well, then that's a them problem. And if you don't own yourself, if you don't lay claim to yourself, then it's not fucking worth it. Even if that's something else, or something that you were once that you claimed, even if you've done terrible things, I mean, look at Lavinia, she's a vampire. Everyone has done terrible things, especially here. It's what you do with yourself going forward.
Truer words have never been spoken. And he looks to Nazra again. Last time I was here, I found out what I wanted to do going forward, and now, after correcting the imbalance inside of myself, I'm finally in a position where I can actually do that. Just gotta wrap up these few loose ends with everyone else. And then... oh, gods, I didn't even think about what would come after.
No one ever does.
I heard you talking upstairs about my cousins, as it were. They're... but after that, I don't know what I... No. I know what I want to do. And just like finding myself in my own skin, it comes with a cost. In this case, maybe some goodbyes.
You see, everyone likes to think that they know what comes next, that they have a plan moving forward, that they have a solution. They don't. No one ever does. The world does. The fates, if you want to call them that, or the gods, or whoever it is that has control over this hellscape that we live on, they have the true way forward next. All you can do is take a step at a time and make the best decision you can with that step. You can know what you want, and it's always good to know what you want because that guides your next step on whatever this road that they lay out in front of you is. But all that you can do is put the next foot down on the road and make sure that it is your own damn foot. And if in the end that means you have to say goodbye, then, well, you say goodbye. If that means along the way you pick up some new friends, or make better with some old friends, or whatever happens along the road happens on the road, and that's life. But you're better off not trying to come up with the answers, because no one has them. You just have the next step.
It's easy for you to say. You know how many feet I have? I'm asking as a serious question. I have not counted in at least a millennia.
You have just enough.
Thanks. As usual, you seem to have said just the right thing to confuse me, but not enough for me to not understand what you're talking about.
Words are power, child. Some people know how to use them, others don't.
Okay, now you're starting to sound like my brother and his boyfriend, and after a few minutes, I can only take so much of that in like one day. Or should I say his partner now? God. Next steps. That's the next step. Hey, just, you know, as a favor, or if there was a way, would you happen to know where we found my friend? You actually helped immensely in that, Carter. But he doesn't have a way to get back to the material plane to his partner. Wouldn't happen to know anyone who knows a spell of sorts like that, would you? I think he's capable of performing the magic himself, he just doesn't have access to it right now.
There are about 6 dozen given wizards who are capable of doing that at any given moment on multiple different domains throughout this world.
Yes.
If your friend is as powerful as he seems, there should be no problem with that. However, he kind of like looks over towards Nazra. I get the sense that you all are going to have much less problem with that than you think you will.
Now that you mention it, I suspect that Carter might have been lying. Maybe he does have a way home already. Maybe he's choosing to stay here.
Maybe that's his next step forward.
If it is, he's an idiot. He needs to get back to his... Thank you, Magnus. How are things with you? I know we kind of left you and your wife in a soft area. Oh, bye, Chris.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
You left Lavinia and I in interesting circumstances, to be sure. But we've gotten our daughter back, and life is back to the way it should be. Everything is wonderful for me.
I'm glad. Really am. It was also really nice to play with your dog again, too. And let me just say, the bone soup, absolutely. He does like the chef's kiss, like, missed it 1000%. There are some things from my old life that I just can't let go, and I'm sorry, but the satisfying crunch of the bone, he just starts, like, he just, like, gets into, like, a whole conversation about, like, you know, just, like, you know, true, like, Magnus style, like, I assume they just start going back and forth
Oh,
about,
absolutely.
like, if Jury was there, he would go back into sentry mode, like, oh god, they're talking about this again.
Yeah, it's like a solid 30-minute conversation about marinating and steeping the bones properly, which spices to use. It's a lot.
You really gotta get him fresh. What's a pinico?
It's a pine cone.
Oh god.
Exactly what it
It's an
sounds
angry
like.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And I'm gonna get it.
You can get it.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, these motherfuckers do not want to get caught today.
Well, thank you very much, Magnus. I appreciate you taking the time to come check back in on me. And I suspect if I ever do have the time, I may bounce back every now and then just to drop in and say hello. I hope I'm always welcome here.
I will be here. I don't have many places I can go anymore.
The Shadowfell truly is a mysterious place.
Sometimes. Well,
Again.
I'm off then.
Have a nice one. See you later.
I never told your friend. Have a good night. And he walks back out to the dining area, and he starts playing into another story.
Yes!
Jury's just.
I sit back down next to Nazra and start taking care of the people from afar again.
It's funny because as soon as Magnus stops the story and actually leaves, as soon as he like clears the room for the last time, Jury's head stops spinning and he gets up and walks in to where he saw Nazra and Soren go. And because he's aware of everything that happened. So he walks in and says, I thought he would never leave. But, well, I'm here now, so I'll take the watch. Good night. And sits back down and enters sentry mode again. Dude, this bitchin' ass pine cone.
It's just a
Oh,
pine
yay.
cone.
A pine cone, hooray!
Well, unless anybody has anything else, I think that's where we'll wrap it up for the week.
Until next week.
And next week, I believe y'all are out for LARP.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, unless someone wants to step up for a one-shot, yeah, those are always an option. I think with 2 people down, we might be holding off on next week.
Hope so. I got some
New
more
world
planned.
dream.
New World Stream. I'm down for that. So we might do a gaming stream next week, and then pick up with this for our charity stream. Everyone has done their night market shopping, correct?
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
If you haven't, and or if you haven't solidified what your deals will be, make sure you reach out to me with those.
In
And
fairness, I didn't think I'd get this far.
that's fair.
You already know that mine requires a little bit of RP to happen before. So.
Yep.
James, you said you weren't getting much, and that if need be, I could access some of your funds. Okay.
Yeah. So for any gold trading that needs to happen, any deal making that needs to happen, any of that, have it solidified at least, like the ideas and what you want, so that we can.
Got it.
If anything that we do still have to go over, we can go over it quickly, because I think our next session sounds like it's time for the march on Tristram.
Yeah.
Oh, but we gotta go say hi to Sora. But yeah,
I question.
I just want to go.
Do we have to?
Well, no,
Don't,
not so much. Do we have to? But like, what are we trying to get at?
What you doing there?
Just out of curiosity, so that I can prepare something.
That's my question.
You and I can talk about that.
Okay.
On the side.
Fair enough. Because like,
But,
I don't have.
To a player standpoint, I wanted to have more than a 2-second conversation with her that I had the last time.
Yeah. She is fairly limited on the conversation she can have, but
No,
we
I
will.
know.
Let me know offline what you're looking for there.
Hop on the ECR starting soon.
Really quick, Adam.
Mhm.
How many diamonds and how many diamonds did Lavinia give Nazra for helping out?
Oh,
How
Connor.
many do
I
you
know
want?
there were 12 that were specifically for reviving the 12 friends, but how many did she give as a reward?
How many do you want?
Oh, Connor, don't you know they were blood diamonds?
I mean, would she be willing to do 3 of the 300 and 3 of the 500?
Come on, be greedy, Nazra. Go and get fucking 6 for each character. Revive us. You have to revive us 6 times.
I would say 3 300s and 2 500s. She would part with easily.
Mm-hmm.
How many
And
times do you
then
think you'll
the
have to
2
revive?
the 2 platinum rings for.
Oh yeah, those are
I know what I'm up against, and I know I'm a suicidal
those-
bastard.
those are a
probably
non-issue.
Yeah, those she probably just picked up, like when they pulled the diamonds out of the rings to give to Nazra. It's like, oh wait, this is made of platinum. I could use that.
Here you go. Yeah, no. Diamonds are a bit rare, but platinum is easy.
Wait a minute. She knows how to sew.
Of course.
So,
And she does have plenty of heads lying around, so.
She
I
does.
don't want one of those. There's only one head I want, and it's my own.
Gonna ask her to sew your head back on?
that might take some time, and you sew for too long, you know what happens, right?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Dear God, please.
You get pins and needles.
He did it.
Ah.
He
You know
did it.
what? That one was actually well thought out, and I give you props for it. I hate it, but it was
Oh,
good.
thanks. I really embellished the setup.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and deafen real quick and send people off to another stream. And I will unfortunately not be joining you all on New World. Because I'm on
ECR.
James's garbage setup.
Wow. Wow.
Trash
You're
boy.
welcome, by the way. You have to use a laptop.
Yeah, thank you. I actually really, I really appreciate it. It's been very nice.
It's goddamn.
All right, I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, but DMing.
Oh, good lord. Where am I going? I'm going over here. I want to see who's on. Okay, our standard, Vancouver by Night. They're a good group. Well, as always, we appreciate you coming out. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you. Get out of here. We hope to see you next week. Next week ish. Like we said, we probably won't be playing D&D next week. We'll probably be doing something else, like a gaming stream or something. Then following that will be our charity stream, which we very much hope you all come out for. If you don't have anything to donate, of course, do not feel obligated to donate. Even just being here, spreading the word, every viewer puts us higher up on, visibility, which means other viewers might come in who can donate. So even just being here will mean the world. But yeah, with that, we're going to go ahead and send off this raid.